Sherlock here, and today I'm back with another tutorial, and in this one we're going to be doing the trick Juggle to Penguin Spike, and this tutorial was suggested by Felix Staniscu. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but here's an example of the trick Juggle Penguin Spike. Alright, so there was an example of its trick, and I came back inside because it was way too freezing, so, yeah, it was way too cold out there, and actually, that brings me to a topic. Most of these tutorials from now on will probably be inside because I live in northern Alberta, Canada, and it gets super cold in the winter, so it's like basically impossible to film outside. So most of these will probably be indoor, which kind of sucks, but, yeah. Let's get into this trick. So before you start this trick, I suggest that you know how to do two tricks. First is obviously juggle, but more importantly, I suggest that you know how to do juggle to spike. So know how to do that fairly comfortably, be fairly consistent with it. That will definitely help with this trick. The other trick is juggle down spike. So basically what a juggle down spike is, basically a juggle, but you give it 1.5 rotations, so you give it a little bit more rotation so you can catch it like that, as you can see. And then you just down spike it. You don't really have to know how to do the actual down spike part of that. Just know how to flip it 1.5 times. Just be comfortable with catching it in down spike position after a juggle. So just be comfortable with that. And once you know those tricks, this trick shouldn't be too hard. So let's get into this. So using that down spike knowledge that you now have, you're going to use that. And what you're going to do is first make sure that you're pulling up the tama in the way that you do for a juggle to spike, so that the tama comes around really easily. What I do is I pull it up like this, and I give it a little bit of rotation so that when it's at its peak, the hole is at this position. So I kind of pull it up like that, and a little bit to the left, and that's what I do to be able to get it to spike consistently. So make sure you do that. Do your normal pull up for juggle to spike, and then obviously I juggle on this side, which is weird. What you're going to do is you're going to do your juggle, but like with the juggle down spike, you're going to do a 1.5. So just flip it a little bit more than a normal Ken flip, and make sure to catch it like this. Don't catch it on the cups, because then that's going to mean a really sketchy penguin spike. So do your pull up, catch it like this in down spike position, try to catch it as clean as possible. And now what you're going to do, after you do those two things, the pull up and the juggle like that, as you can see, you're in down spike position, but what you need to do really quickly is swap over to penguin spike position. So what you're going to do that is really quickly, as the tama is falling down and rotating like this, you're just going to turn the Ken like this so that you're in penguin spike position. So as you can see, if I did a normal juggle, I wouldn't be able to go in a quick way to get into any penguin spike position. I wouldn't even really be able to do it at all if I caught it normally like this. So that's why you have to catch it in down spike position. So catch it like this as the tama is turning or coming around, turn the Ken, spot the spike, and obviously spike it. And obviously before you do this, you want to be kind of comfortable with penguin spikes. So be kind of comfortable with that feeling, because it is kind of weird. So make sure you're kind of consistent at these. This will help being able to catch the spike after the juggle. So be consistent with penguin, pull up penguin spikes. That will definitely help. So pull up the tama like you would with a normal juggle to spike. Do 1.5 rotations with the Ken. Catch the down spike grip. Quickly switch it to penguin spike grip as the tama is falling. And all in one motion, it's going to look like this. So there we go, guys. That was a tutorial for the trick penguin or juggle to penguin spike. Hopefully that helped. Make sure to leave your suggestions for next week's tutorial down below. I will be starting that top 5 Instagram tricks of the week soon, hopefully. And yeah, make sure to leave your suggestions, like I said, for next week's tutorial down below. And make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.